It's not RC. Adventures in Radio Control. So I wanted to talk a little bit more about my 4-meter Discus glider. I got it used. It was kind of beat up and definitely in need of repair. When I looked at it, I found that it was mostly made out of Bondo, apparently. I didn't think much of it at the time, so I just cleaned it up, repainted it, and took her flying. So when the spoilers didn't deploy correctly on landing, she came in really fast. And as you can see, I pretty much banged up the fuselage all over again, pretty much back to square one. This time around, my priority was structure and strength, so I put in 2 layers of really thick, heavy fiberglass, and because I only had a couple of days to go for the next big aero-tow, I didn't even bother making her look pretty. So when I stood back and looked at her, I was like, oh boy, that's ugly. So she became fugly. So I stuck that on the tail there, she is now fugly. Alright, gonna try to fly fugly. Here we go, see how it goes. I made real sure the spoilers were working good this time. Yep, they're still working. Check and double check. Once I got off tow, it was time to do a little trimming. Got it sorted out. Started flying real smooth and real nice. Approximately 10 minutes later, it was time to land. I'd been practicing this the night before on my simulator, so I was fairly confident. Well, that's a lie. I was pretty nervous. Now, the fun thing about this field is it's surrounded by 10 feet tall corn. Hold on, let's rewind that. Yep, I was way too low. I actually brushed the top of the corn. Somewhat flustered by the near miss, I kind of ran her right into the ground. Flare? What's that? We don't need to do that. Just get her on the ground. This is precisely why I put all that fiberglass in there. My second landing, as you might expect, was much the same. Pretty much flew her right into the ground again. Crunch. Are we having fun yet? Ugly. And it's time for flight number 3. Let's see if we can do any better. bizarre looking cloud there. I guess it was raining way off in the distance. Thankfully it didn't mess with this thing. Interesting to see I was the only one having issues landing that day. Actually, I can't say anything, but towing that day was just absolutely amazing. Just perfect, flawless flying. Despite the large, ominous rain cloud that thankfully didn't bother us, the thermals were actually really good that day. There was quite a bit of lift to be had. My confidence in Fugly here was definitely improving. I figured I'd try a little aerobatics, see what you can do. Speaking of aerobatics, here's Len tearing up the sky with his sailplane. Oh goody, guess what kiddies? It's time to land again. By now I was starting to get a better feel for the spoilers. And would you believe it? I actually greased the landing. Look at that. Just perfect. There's Len going up again. It's almost scary to think I might actually be getting the hang of this. And if you're wondering what I'm doing here, I'm using a screwdriver instead of directly holding the tow line as it's paying out. That'll give you a wicked rope burn if you're not careful. And here we go, flight number 4, up, up and away.
Okay, ready?
There goes the tow plane. I think Len had it in for my camera. Almost seemed like he was aiming for it.
What's this thing over here, Steve? What is this?
Moving my camera now.
What is that?
You stick her in a shallow dive, wait until she's doing about 100 miles an hour, and then gently pull back on the stick. And after impressing the natives with my aerobatic skills, I greased another landing. Look at this.
Woohoo, she flies.
That'll do for today. Thanks for watching, everyone.